Hey guys, Lorena Magana here with New Filmmakers Los Angeles. Today, I'm talking to director Dennis Brucks about his new film, Bolero. Let's take a look at a clip from the film. Dennis, why don't you give our viewers a brief synopsis of your film, Bolero?
Bolero is the story of an abused boy who transcends his miserable life after he meets a mysterious girl who lives beyond a vent in the wall. And the whole piece is set to Maurice Ravel's composition, Bolero.
How did you come up with the idea behind this film?
I had this idea maybe 7 years ago. I had a story about a little boy who basically lives in a miserable situation, kind of like a modern-day retelling of Cinderella, sort of. And so I had this story, and I just kind of at the same time was working on my own, I guess, voice, my own cinematic voice, things I want to do with the medium, and things that I'm always drawn to of not just telling a story, not just illustrating a narrative, but can I use the medium to kind of tell the story in uniquely cinematic terms, and kind of those things working together, and painstaking nights and hours writing and trying to get this thing to a point that I was happy with. It just kind of came together.
Why did you choose to use this particular piece of music?
So I was writing a story that was at some point, it was more kind of an orthodox narrative, just a story is being told to us. And it's just, for me, I'm like, I always want to do something unique, and I want to do something different. I want to use, like I said, the medium, and for me, the images, the sound, music is just as important. And it was one moment, and I think I was on YouTube, and I was just clicking through random links, and you know how they recommend videos for you on the side, and Ravel's Bolero, which I wasn't that familiar with, as famous as it is. I shouldn't even say that. I just clicked it, and I was listening to the song, and it was just like a deer in headlights, seeing the movie play out, the structure of it, everything kind of came together as I was hearing the music. So they definitely, for me, I always want to have a marriage between music and image. My favorite movies, when I hear, what's the one from Reservoir Dogs, Stuck in the Middle with You, when you hear that song, you're only going to think of that movie now. And my dream is to be able to do that. I did, after I made this movie, I saw 10, starring Bo Derek, which uses Bolero, and I've accepted that, okay, I'm not going to compete with Bo Derek, in the cornrows, half naked, walking around. Okay, forget it. Forget the Stuck in the Middle with You. Okay, Bo Derek wins this one.
Your film deals with a pretty heavy subject matter. What was it like directing the kids in the film?
Going into production, having never worked with children before, we did our homework, we did a lot of rehearsal, and kind of a lot of the rehearsal was just getting chemistry. For me, chemistry is very important. So we did things not even related to the scenes. We kind of played theater games, basically, and just different things to get them, and me as well, because the way that I was directing them, being that I knew that there would be no dialogue really, is I was just talking with them. As the camera's rolling, I'm playing with them, talking with them, so I wanted us all to be kind of co-conspirators together. And then the acting, that is them. That is all on them. I mean, we did this rehearsal process, me and my producer, Tessa, and, audition process to find the right actors, to find the right actor and actress. And so when we found the right people, it's kind of let them do their thing, and my job is to make them comfortable, but also understand that they are 10, and I think Eva was 9 years old. You're dealing with children, so they're actors, but they're also kids. There's a funny story where there was a scene that was cut from the movie where the little boy got to, as you mentioned, a pretty dark place, and he was actually he was going to end his life. Okay, so it was getting really pretty dark. And I remember this was the first day of production, the first day of the 4-day shoot, and I called him up on the night before, and I'm like, okay, so Christian, we're doing this scene, we're doing the whole movie starts tomorrow, but just wanted to talk to you about this scene tomorrow, your big scene is coming up tomorrow. And as he's listening to me, I hear him off the phone go, hey Mom, what time's dinner ready? And I'm like, what did you just say? Like, put your mom on the phone. But then I realized, like, I'm talking to an actor, but I'm talking to a 10-year-old kid. Like, he's an actor, he's gonna do his job, but he doesn't care about this the night before. Like, he wants to go play and, like, do whatever. Like, he's hungry, he wants dinner. You know what I mean? He doesn't want to go over his script, you know? So it was a huge learning process for me.
Well, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us today, Dennis.